Hello everyone, we are back again in our channel Geological Survey of India Scientific Officers Association, and today we have come with the second part of structural geology practical lessons. So let us move to that directly.
Now we are going into the first lesson. This is the first lesson, how to calculate apparent depth from true depth. Now, suppose an inclined plane, the problem is this one. Suppose an inclined plane strike is 42 degree and true depth is 45 degree. What will be its apparent depth towards 90 degree? For that, what we need to do, we need to have the concept of, bring the concept of strike line again. So, this is the strike line. Any line, it has two ends. Suppose this is one line, it has two ends. So, if this direction I take as north, north means the direction moves like this: north, east, south, west. This is the plane. Means this plane I am bringing here on the whiteboard. This is the plane. Since this is the cube, this top plane I am bringing here. This is the plane in three-dimensional. I am bringing here. So this is the azimuth. It is called azimuth. This direction, north means 0 degree or 360 degree. East means 90 degree, south means 180 degree, west means 270 degree. This we know probably. So this is the azimuth. Now this is the north. This line is parallel to the north-south direction. This is the line, this red line for the stratum contour. Suppose this is 0 meter. This is minus 90 meter that we draw there. This is minus 190 meter stratum contour. So the trend of this line will be 0 degree and 180 degree. Any line. In mathematics we know one line has two ends and that is angularly related by 180 degree. Suppose this is the line whose one direction is 120 degree, this will be 300 degree. This is the relation 120 plus 180 equal to 300, another kind of line. So when you get only one value for strike, this is only one value, 42 degree. There the information supplied to it is strike is 42 degree. Then what will be the another direction? You have to either do plus minus 180. So if you minus 180, it will be on minus. So the azimuth cannot be in minus value. So you have to omit this minus. Here 42 plus 180 means 222. This is the strike of the plane. Means the strike of the plane is actually 42 to 22. It is the strike of that plane. Here what is the strike? Here the strike is 0 in that example and 180. This is the strike, not south strike. Here it is in the problem 42 and 22. Now what is the amount of true depth? True depth is 45 means the amount is given. Amount means only this angle. This is the inclined plane and this is the vertical section. So this angle is given. Direction is not given. Now what did I say during the calculation of true depth or definition of true depth? True depth is always measured on a vertical plane that is perpendicular to the strike line. So what will be the true dip direction? True dip direction will be, if we construct one data frame, 0 means north, 90 means east, 180 means south, 47 means west. So 42, from here we have to go 42. This is the intersection line of the inclined plane and surface plane. Two planes when intersect, they generate one line. So this is the plane, suppose, and this is one horizontal plane. They intersected. This is the line. This angle is 42 degree. Now the true dip direction will be perpendicular to that. Or true dip has to be measured perpendicular to that. Either this or this. Both are at 90 degree. Now, if I add one information, that 45 degree, it can be towards this, it can be towards this. If I only say this 45 degree true dip, this information will be incomplete. So we have to write 45 towards southeast. Suppose 45 degree towards southeast. Southeast means in this quadrant. This quadrant means southeastern quadrant. So now we have confirmed that this is the true dip direction. Now add 90 with 42. This end is 42. So if we add 90, it will be 132. So the true dip or attitude of this plane or attitude of any plane, attitude of any plane is generally represented by one end of its stripe, like 42 degree, true dip amount, which is 45, towards its true dip direction, which is exactly perpendicular to the stripe. So this way we write any attitude of any inclined plane. Suppose this way we write, we have to take, this is the stripe, this is the dip amount, and this is the dip direction. This is the stripe, this is the amount of true dip. One can only give you this information in any question. You have to take this is one true dip only. That is why it is perpendicular. This direction of true dip is perpendicular to the stripe. In case of apparent dip, it will never be perpendicular to the stripe. So this is the convention, and this is the true dip direction. So consider these three elements of any attitude of any plane. This is the convention. So this question could come in this pattern also. Suppose this is the attitude of this plane, 42/45 towards 132. Now calculate its apparent dip towards 90 degree. This can also come, this question. The question in the form of this and the question in the form of this, both are correct. So you have to learn how to read the structural information given from the beginning of your career. So now I am done with the convention of writing. Now the concept of apparent dip. Apparent dip also needs to be measured in any vertical plane only. As I said, any dip or inclination has to be measured in one vertical plane. So suppose on this plane one line is lying along this. Suppose this is the line. one lineation or line, this line along this. So how to measure the plunge of the line? What is inclination of any plane? That is called dip. And plunge, don't get confused with this term. Plunge. Plunge means inclination of any line. So that has to be measured on a vertical plane. So for that, we have to construct one vertical plane through which this line is going. So this, suppose that plane is present. If you look, if I connect from here, if I connect these two points, you will be understanding that this is one vertical plane along the tube. Diagonally vertical plane in the tube. And this angle is the inclination of that line. So you have to calculate apparent dip in any direction, means you have to find a line lying on that inclined plane along that direction, and you have to find the plunge of that line. As simple as that. To simplify this, suppose this is the inclined plane and this is one line, this line. So what we have to do, we have to measure the inclination of this line along this vertical plane. This vertical plane containing this line completely. The trace of horizontal line will be, this is the vertical plane, the trace of horizontal line will be this one. So this angle is the plunge of that line, or if you are asked to calculate the apparent dip along this line of this inclined plane, you have to take the vertical plane and then you have to calculate the plunge of that line or the apparent dip of that plane on that direction. Now the construction part, you have to use scale and protractor to construct such diagrams for solving problems. So this is the plan. Plan means I am observing my surface from top vertically downward. That is the plan. So I have constructed the line and the true dip is this one. So as I said, I am explaining again and again because I know in the initial days people get in very much trouble while solving this, and this is the first staircase. Suppose now this 45 towards 132, this data which are having about 2D, where I will use in this diagram, because this is plan view, means this is the top of the tube. How can I use this data, this inclination? So here I cannot use this inclination data because this is the third dimension. I am right now working on this two dimension. There are two dimensions. There is no third dimension. This third dimension, there is no. So we have to take the help of auxiliary diagram. We have to take the help of auxiliary diagram which will reflect this section. This is the stripe. Suppose I am orienting like this. Suppose this is the north. So this is 42 degree stripe, and this is the true dip, 45 towards 132. We have to take this perpendicular plane. This is the stripe, 42 degree, and we have to take this perpendicular plane. So we have to project this on this plane of paper or whiteboard. We have to draw this section. So this is my main diagram, And now I am going to auxiliary diagram, and this auxiliary diagram will be the section, this perpendicular section I am bringing here, this perpendicular section along which 2D has to be calculated, I am bringing here. I forget to give degree symbol, which for BSc first year students it is a crime. Take this habit always. So this is the vertical section or section of plane, the trend or strike of which is 132,312. Means this direction is 2D direction. Okay, this is 132 because this is 42, and we will add this section, the trend of section, any plane or any line. I already said it has two end, so this end is 132, this end is 312. So this is the 132 degree and 312 degree. This is the section trend here, trend. Similar like strike, but there is a difference between trend and strike. These are not same, but for a plane, what is strike? For that section, that is the trend. So I will be explaining this later on. But for this vertical section, this end is 132 and this is 312. Okay. So I am bringing this section into this, means this end was 132. I am bringing here this, means 132 this and 312 this end. So for drawing the section, I have to consider one horizontal line first. This is the horizontal line. This is the vertical line. Depth along this depth is increasing, and this is horizontal line. So here the direction is 132, as this is the section, vertical section we are drawing here. This direction is 132, this direction is 312. Now we have to utilize the concept of strike spacing into there. And how can I do that? If we deploy this concept here again, that minus 100 meter at this is 0 meter level, this is 0 meter level on the surface. If we find one distance at which minus 100 meter, there will be a horizontal plane intersecting this inclined plane, then we will have one easy way to calculate the strike spacing. Means suppose this is the north and this is 42 degree, this plane is dipping towards 132, and along this plane we can see the angle of 2D. Now we have projected this plane into this, and suppose at this level this is 0 meter, this one is 0 meter level, and suppose at this
I have minus 100 meter horizontal
plane intersecting this inclined plane here,
and if we project this point vertically upward to surface, we will get
the strike spacing of 0 meter stratum contour and minus 100 meter stratum contour. So we will apply this here. So by applying this logic, we have to take one scale for convenience. I am taking 4 centimeter on this scale. This is equivalent to 100 meter. Suppose for convenience I am taking this. So for that I have to take this length. We have to take it by divider, since I don't have divider and I am working on whiteboard, I am using this 4 cm as scale and measuring this by diagonal scale. And this is the 45-degree dip amount, and that is towards 132. So this is 132 direction. This is the inclined plane, and if we intersect this minus 100 meter horizontal plane, this is the position of minus 100 meter straight line. To get stratum contour, we have to project it to the plane vertically above, and this is the point, suppose A, this is the point O. We get minus 100 meter stratum contour. So this OA, this distance is the strike spacing. Now 100 meter strike line or stratum contour is this. This is minus 100 meter stratum contour. This is minus 100 meter strike line perpendicular to this board, and the intersection of one line with a plane comes as a point. So this A point is the representative of the intersection of minus 100 meter stratum contour with that board, or this board here in this part. This board represents this vertical section. So this is the A point, and OA is strike spacing. So here this point is actually O, and A is, you have to take divider and plot here, but since I don't have the divider, I said I am measuring. This comes 3.924 approximately, and this is towards 132. So what I will do, I will draw a line perpendicular to this towards 132 and measure near about 4 cm into that. This is my A point. And as I said, all the strike lines are parallel to each other. So from here I have to draw one parallel line to this. But remember, when any student try to draw any parallel line, you have to use set square. Since I don't have that, what I will do, I will construct one horizontal line parallel to this by approximation, and then 42 degree I will mark a point. So this is my 0 meter stratum contour. This is my minus 100 meter stratum contour. This is minus 100 meter. This is, since O is there, this is 0 meter stratum contour, and this is the strike spacing. Now what I have to do, I need to measure the apparent dip towards 90 degree. And how will I get that? Suppose this is north, this is 42 degree, this is the true dip towards 132 degree, and this is the 90 degree line. This is the 90 degree. So I need to measure this angle. So suppose this plunge of this line I have to measure on a vertical plane diagonal to this cube. Now I have to measure the apparent D along this vertical plane. Along this vertical plane, this is the line whose plan I have to measure, that is the apparent D, and this is the horizontal line. So this angle we have to measure. So for that, this is the 90-degree line. I have to take this vertical plane. This vertical plane. Here we had taken this vertical plane and projected there. Now I have to take this vertical plane and project. I will project it here. So another auxiliary diagram I will be drawing. Here the trend of the vertical section will be 90 to 70. Now I have the strike spacing along 90 degree, and I have to find out the apparent dip, just reverse process. Here this 45 degree I had, I constructed this, intersected and find a point. Now I have one point, suppose P, this point. Now I have OP distance. So I can mark OP in one section, and then I can go downward to minus 100 meter level to find out the intersection of minus 100 meter plane with that inclined plane, minus 100 meter horizontal plane with that inclined plane. And then the point I will get, that will be the intersection of the vertical section along 92 to 70 and the minus 100 meter strike line. So I have to construct that only. So there it is 90 degree and it is 270 degrees. Suppose this point is O. This is depth as it is. This is the section I am projecting it here. So OP, we have to use divider, but I am using this scale. This is around 5.4. So 5.4 I am marking. This is OP, and again 100 meter. For 100 meter I have to go downward 4 centimeter. So this is minus 100 meter. Now I have OP. What I will do, I will find the intersection of minus 100 meter horizontal plane. This is P is the intersection of stratum contour. With this, P is the intersection of stratum contour with this vertical section along 90 degree to 70 degree. Okay. So this is P. So this is the emergence of stratum contour, minus 100 meter stratum contour. This P is the intersection between this plane, this vertical section and minus 100 meter stratum contour. This vertical section's trend is not similar with minus 130 to 312. This is 90 to 70. This was this section and this is another section. So please keep this in mind. And now for that I have to, stratum contour is the projection of strike line vertically upward. So from stratum contour, how we will derive strike line? We have to project it vertically downward and find where it intersects with minus 100 meter horizontal plane. So we are projecting downward and this is the intersection point. So this intersection point, it represents the intersection between this vertical section and minus 100 meter straight line. And straight line always lie on that inclined plane. So the inclined plane must go through it. And this is 0 meter. So inclined section has also gone through it. This is this plane. So this is another straight line, 0 meter straight line. So if we connect these two, this is the position of this inclined plane, vertically downward on the third dimension, this section. We have to measure this angle, and this angle is roughly about 30 degrees. So apparent dip towards 90 degree is 30 degree. This is the answer. And you can see the true dip is 45, apparent dip is less than that. Apparent dip can never be more than true dip. I said already by the definition of true dip. So these are two auxiliary vertical sections, and you can calculate by this theory n number of apparent dip. If you are given 180 degree to measure apparent dip towards 180 degree, you have to take this one. Suppose this is OQ, you have to construct this plane on the plane of paper, this vertical plane on the plane of paper. So that is all. This is how we measure apparent dip where true dip is given. Suppose I am asked to calculate the true dip towards 70 degree. So what I have to do? I have to take the 70 degree direction and put a dash line 70 degree. This is 0 meter stratum contour, this is minus 100 meter stratum contour. So this length, suppose this is OM. So I have to take this plane now, this vertical plane. On this vertical plane I will measure. So this on this vertical plane, this OM, O, suppose this is M and this is minus 100 meter level. So again from stratum contour vertically, by projecting vertically downward and intersecting with minus 100 meter level, I will get minus 100 meter straight line, and I have to connect these two because this is the 0 meter straight line O and this is the minus 100 meter straight line. And both the straight line has to fall on the inclined plane also. So these two will be the locus of the inclined plane, these 2 points. So we have to connect this, and this angle will be the apparent dip along this direction. This is simple. And that is why along the strike the apparent dip is 0. If I consider this plane, so this is one horizontal line just. This is just a horizontal line. Here you won't get any spacing, infinite. Suppose you are considering along this direction, see the strike spacing will be increasing. This strike spacing. If you extend this line, and as you are going towards strike, the line will be infinite. Here also. If you go towards strike, this line spacing, strike spacing will be more. Here the strike spacing is minimum, that is why the angle is most or highest. Here the strike spacing will go on increasing towards infinity. And in this way, along this line, it will be infinite. So when the strike spacing is infinite, or it will never cause any intersection with any level, because infinite means parallel, then the angle is 0. So that is why on the strike line the apparent dip amount is 0. So that is quite long for the first day, but the explanation should be enough for any newcomer in geology. So good luck, and in next lesson I will be teaching how to calculate 2 dip when 2 or more apparent dip is given. Even 2 is needed for calculating 2 dip. 2 apparent dip will be given to you. You have to calculate the 2 dip. So I will be returning with that lesson. For now, up to this, today's lesson was there. Thanks a lot. And if you really like this video or find this video useful enough for you, please do like this video, and along with that I will be requesting you to subscribe this channel. The knowledge should be free, that is our only agenda behind this channel. So we are creating the videos which will be useful for day-to-day work for any geologist, be it one professional, be it one student. So that is our motto. Knowledge should be free, and if anyone can learn or can increase your knowledge by any of our video, that will be a blessing for us. That will be our self-appreciations point. So thank you. If you like this channel, please subscribe to it, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get automatic notifications if any new video comes in this channel. Thank you.